Hi, this is Will with My Spiritual Clarity, and today's video is about feeling safe to be seen, and specifically for business owners. And you could be in many different industries, but I find for business owners it's different than it is for artists or for the general public, because your reasons as a business owner or entrepreneur, healer, coach, therapist are different from regular people. I don't know what to call the other category. So I found a lot of clients are procrastinating and they're not getting the video out there, they're not writing that blog, or they're not having more sales conversations, their business isn't growing the way that they'd like. And they say, oh, I'm just procrastinating. Or they say, oh, I'm just overwhelmed. Or, oh, the inner critic is, I've got this inner critic that's holding me back. Or, I just have this general fear or general anxiety. And I'd like to get more specific than that. I say, well, it's actually that you don't feel safe to be seen. And why don't we feel safe to be seen? It's not as simple as to say, oh, I'm afraid I'll be, criticized or judged. That's part of it for sure. It actually goes deeper. It goes into potentially past lives energetically, or potentially just your childhood. When you spoke up or you spoke out, that you were shut down, you were accused, accosted. Could be that. It's also a lot of myths that we have in our society. We look at even we look at Jesus. He spoke up. He spoke his truth or the truth, depending on your theology, and he was killed. He was put up on a cross. And so we have this natural fear of being seen, and I believe it's natural. But I also believe and have found that it's really unhelpful, because if you need to grow, part of growing and signing clients is being seen. So how do you actually shift that? Well, I do that with private clients, but I want to give you some insight here so that you can begin that journey and be more seen for your business, sign more clients, and grow your business in a healthy and responsible way. So I had a client who spent $15,000 with a marketing agency, and this is before she came to work with me. And she spent all this money, and she had a very clear, specific niche. And even when I heard the niche, when she shared what the product was, what the program was, I thought, that's brilliant. It was for women. It was a specific area of women's health. And I thought, oh my God, that must have been a no-brainer. That must have been such a winner. Why is she coming to see me? But she shared the reason why she was coming to see me. Sorry, my arms are tired. She spent all this money, and it didn't work. It flopped big time. And as she and I had our session together, we saw the energetic reasons why it flopped. She was terrified of being seen. She was terrified of being judged. She was also terrified about if she really attracted enough people, if she really created enough people that were buying her stuff, how many more people would she be responsible for? Would she have to help? She was already feeling crushed under the weight of obligation. She was already feeling that there were too many people that needed her in her personal life, in her business life. So although she consciously wanted more paying clients, energetically, emotionally, she was terrified of having more people to help. So that's another big part of it. Another big part is this myth that we have about that we are just like crabs in a bucket. I'm sure you've heard this before, that crabs trying to get out of a bucket will tear down any other crab that's trying to get out because they don't want them to be free when they don't get to be free. When in reality, it's just that the crab just sees something that doesn't even recognize it's another crab, sees something higher, and it's just trying to pull on that so it can pull itself up. So we have these well-meaning motivational speakers who say, other people want to tear you down like crabs in a bucket. They're all crabs. Screw them. You get out of the bucket yourself. And I remember the first time I heard that, I thought, it was like 15 years ago, and I thought, that's bullshit. That's crabs. We're not crabs. Stop being a crab or believing that other people are crabs. It's not true. Now, are there mean and nasty people that will say mean and nasty things? Yes. But they're not seeing you personally, specifically, and trying to tear you down. They're just seeing an object, like a crab's brain doesn't register other crab. It just says object. So other people are just they're stuck in their negative beliefs, and they just see object and they attack. So we're believing that myth about it as well. I find the truth is more, it's harder. It's much more liberating, but it's very challenging. And this is what I found after working with hundreds and hundreds, maybe even 1,000 clients personally now, is that your belief about your visibility, about being seen, your beliefs about it create your reality. And so and I know that is radical for some of you to hear, but That's the foundation of my work that I found to be so helpful for all of my clients. So with that client that I mentioned who spent $15,000 on a marketing campaign that flopped and failed and then came to me to figure it out, we had to go back to the basics around, her niche and her ideal clients and what was she actually truly aligned with, not just on the, not only on the emotional level, which is very important, but energetically as well. What could she actually believe she could potentially or possibly have success with? What was in her realm of possibility? And then we identified the specific beliefs that were in the way of her growing and expanding, of being seen. We identified those and we cleared those at the energetic core. And that way she no longer had to be afraid to be seen, no longer had to be afraid that she would be attacked. She could go and create what she wanted to create, and things would come up, things would go wrong. Doesn't mean that things never go wrong or no one ever attacks you again, but it means that you can get to the energetic core of what's really going on so you can feel safe to be seen. So I hope this video has been helpful. Please let me know in the comments below. Do like or subscribe to the video, and I'd love to see you again. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.